Episode 81, Wealth Consciousness Mini-Series, Part 3, Wealth Consciousness Living. Hi, this is Ruth Elizabeth Hancock, host of Work Your Energy podcast, and this week sees the last of my mini-series around money and wealth consciousness. Having a wealth consciousness mindset is all about stepping out of lack, believing that there's plenty for everyone and you don't have to struggle in life, you can have what you want. It's what I call trusting in life. Because when we start to trust in life, we realize that there is so much opportunity and synchronicity surrounding us all the time. We really are surrounded by abundance and prosperity, and often it's about just retraining our brain so that we start to see more of this abundance and prosperity around us. In part 1 of this mini-series, we focused in on journaling and what I call popping bubbles. And this is essentially being more intentional in our life so we can start to uncover our own money sabotaging, our own money wounds, and our own limiting beliefs around money. The faster we can start clearing these limiting beliefs, the faster we can start clearing our energy field and creating more space to let this abundance and prosperity in. So journaling is a key part of this. In part 2, we looked at raising our vibration because thoughts, feelings, emotions, they're all a vibrational frequency. And what we are thinking and feeling, we are then vibrating at that frequency and we attract the vibrational frequency that we're vibrating at. So raising our own vibration allows us to stay on that higher platform of manifestation. Wealth consciousness living is also about focusing on doing more things that we love and living your purpose every day. Life is for living, enjoying, and experiencing. And whatever you feel called to do, or wherever your heart leads you in life, that's where you should be going. And for many of us, it's simply about having the courage to do that. So to end my money mini-series, I'm going to focus in on 8 things that we can do in order to start getting us back into that wealth consciousness lifestyle. And number 1 is, what are you tolerating? What are you tolerating in your life that you don't want, that isn't working for you anymore? Or maybe you've never wanted it and it's something that you thought you should be doing. I find a good tip to help you understand what you're tolerating in your life that you no longer want is to start speaking your truth, because your throat chakra is linked to your sacral chakra and your heart chakra. So when you speak, we need to speak from the heart, and often we're not. We're not saying what we really think and feel. We're not saying what we really want in life. Maybe we don't know what we want in life. But the more you start to speak and say things out loud, the more you will start to uncover what your heart wants and what your sacral chakra, which is the chakra of creativity, wants to express. These days, I actually record myself speaking into the Otter app so I can start to understand more about what's going on inside my own mind. And it really helps you to understand what you want and why you want it, so you can get back on track with your life again. Number 2 is to embody what you want. And this is because we manifest who we are, not what we want. And this is all about vibrational frequency, as I talked about last week, but I put it in here again because it's just so important. We are all vibrating at a frequency, and this frequency is attracting the same frequencies back to us, which is why it's really important to start living in that life that you want to be having. And to do this, we need to start clearing out those beliefs and perceptions that are just not allowing us to embody the life that we want to be having or the lifestyle that we want to be having. Everything is about frequency, including you. And the way that we raise our own frequency is through emotions and feelings, which is doing more of what we love and enjoying life more, and also through clearing out those belief structures that are not working for us, that are not helping us to live a happier life. Money and joy are linked, so allowing us to get back onto that higher vibrational platform of joy, happiness, excitement, enthusiasm, all of this is going to allow you to bring or attract more money into your life. Number 3 is, what are you holding on to in your life? What are you holding on to that's stopping you from making space to let the new in? Maybe you're holding on to a job that you no longer want. Maybe you're holding on to a relationship that you no longer want. Maybe you're holding on to resentment to people who have treated you badly or not been respectful towards you in the past. Maybe you're holding on to guilt for having spent all your money and not saved anything. Maybe you're holding on to hate, anger, jealousy, or envy. Whatever it may be, forgive yourself, forgive the other person involved, and let it go. Just let it go. Just through practicing the art of forgiveness, you can really let a lot of energy go from your energy field. And as soon as that energy is gone, you've now created more space in order for the abundance and prosperity to come in from the energy field. And of course, in there is all of your dreams and goals as well, because the second that you think of a goal that you want, the second you think of a dream that you want, you've energetically created it. You've now sent that energy out into the universe, and you're going to be attracting back the frequencies that are a match to that energy. Of course, staying in the high vibrational place of the heart, staying in the high vibrational emotions and feelings is going to allow you to attract that back a lot faster. But it's crucial to let all of those negative thoughts, negative words, let it all go. Forgive yourself, forgive the other person, and move on. Number 4 is taking ownership of your money and your life. Taking ownership of anything is an incredibly high vibrational place to be. It shifts your frequency up so fast that it's on a par with gratitude. It really is a super energy, a high vibrational energy. And the faster that we start to take ownership, the faster we can really start to manifest or bring what it is that we want into our life, including money. And taking ownership of our money helps to create more of it, because whatever we focus on, we create more of it. This also links to number 6, which is money tracking. And that's because it switches on our reticular activating system. So when we focus on something, it switches that particular activating system on, and then that then goes out into the world and starts to look for what it is that we want. And then we attract that back to us. Writing down all the money that's coming into our life and going out of our life is a very good habit to get into, because it allows us to focus on money. It allows us also to see we may have problems spending our money or not spending our money. And it also allows us to work through areas where maybe we're spending our money for emotional reasons instead. And this leads us on to number 6, which is being aware of our money drains. And this is essentially areas in our expenditure where we are spending maybe more than we should be spending. Maybe it's areas where we don't know how much we're spending. So a good trick here is to check your bank statements or keep a diary to understand where you are emotional spending or trying to fill a void. Maybe you're spending a lot on eating out because you're lonely. Maybe you're spending a lot on retail therapy because you're trying to fill an emotional void. When you start to find these money drains in your bank statements, then you can start to journal around them to understand why they're there. Maybe you're sabotaging without knowing it. Maybe it's a pattern, a reoccurring pattern that's coming up, and it's something that you need to journal or meditate on a little bit more to understand why you're doing it. Number 7 is the collective consciousness, and this is what I call interference in the field. So it's not just our limiting beliefs that's affecting our life, it's also the energy in the energy field as well, in the collective consciousness. We all have many limiting beliefs, many traumas and many wounds around money, simply because of the nature of the world that we've been living in for the past 2,000-3,000 years. Also, money is a very complicated area, and we're being sucked into other people's energy pendulums all the time when it comes to money. This is not something to be fearful of, but I do think it's something to be aware of, because the way that we can stop ourselves from falling into other people's energy pendulums or falling into other people's manipulation of our own energy fields is to, again, journal. Journal and understand what money wounds do you have, what money blocks do you have, what is stopping you from creating more success and wealth in your life. What misperceptions do you have? How are you viewing the world at the moment? Are you viewing it in a negative way? Are you viewing it in a positive way? The faster we clear these own beliefs or programs from our own energy field, the faster we can stop being swept up into other people's energy pendulums, energy fields as well. Remember, not all thoughts are your own. Most of them are coming in from the energy field, from the collective consciousness around you. So step out of other people's thoughts, raise your own vibration. And I find a very good way to do this is to listen to the 9 solfeggio frequencies. There are many YouTube videos where they play the monotone of each solfeggio frequency, and it really starts to clear you out and lift your own vibration. And finally, number 8 is the receiving and giving loop. And this is because money is energy, as I'm always saying, and energy needs to flow. So money needs to flow. So if our money starts to dry up a little bit, and we are journaling and we're focusing on raising our vibration, we're focusing on taking action, then another tip that you can try is to kickstart it back into flow again by giving. Giving some money away, giving some clothes, toys, whatever it may be. And this allows you to declutter as well, so you're clearing more energy space in your field, in your house. But anything that makes you feel warm inside and good when you're giving it. If it makes you feel bad or resentful or annoyed that you're having to give it away, or that you have expectations attached to what you're giving away and it doesn't meet the expectations of what you expected in return, then this defeats the object because it's bringing you down into a low vibrational place. So it's very important that what you're giving away is enabling you to feel good about it, to feel happy about it. You absolutely don't have to be a martyr because that's low vibrational, and you don't have to give any more than you're able to give. So just give whatever it is that you're able to give with love, with kindness, with compassion, and know that you kick-started the flow of energy again, and it won't be long before you get something coming back round into your life. If these are areas that you want to work more on, then join my Wealth Consciousness group program, which is launching again in January. If you join now, you can still access the recordings and the original online course for $299. If you wait until January for the new course to launch, it will go up to $499, but you'll still have access to both of them. So you'll have lifelong access to the online course and any upgrades of the online course that I do. And at the moment, I'm also doing energy healings in the group as well, which are quite transformational in themselves, because energy healing allows us to start clearing space, clearing energy. It also allows us to start understanding what limiting beliefs we have, what money wounds we have, and we can start clearing it as a group together, which is what we are doing. So I'm going to put the link in the notes for that. And that's it for this week. That's the end of my money mini-series. If you want to catch up with me on social media, I'm on @WorkYourEnergyPodcast on Facebook and Instagram, and @WorkYourEnergy on Twitter. You can also drop me an email at elizabeth@elizabethhancock.com. And that's Elizabeth spelled with an S, not a Z. Elizabeth@elizabethhancock.com. And finally, if you want to look at my website, then that is ruthelizabethhancock.com. So ruthelizabethhancock.com, again with an S, not a Z. Okay, thanks for listening, and I'll catch up with you next week. Bye!